Hey you guys, so I am back. This is a continuance of the video entitled Teenage Mothers Need Our Support. So I did get a fairly good, great response from a lot of you guys. I know that this subject is prevalent and very close to a lot of us, whether it is a personal experience that we've had, someone in our family member, or possibly one of your children who have decided to go ahead, practice unsafe sex, have children out of wedlock at a young age. Now, some of the things that were asked or comments that were left really kind of, I definitely wanted to touch on it. Now, someone did mention that low self-esteem in young women kind of leave them open to the possibilities of a young man talking them into, not even talking them into, but persuading them to do certain things that they wouldn't necessarily do. Now, I can speak from personal experience. I know that in high school, for me, you know, the wanting of a boyfriend or relationship, as you know, people like to call them, because to be completely honest, relationships at that age, 17, 18, 19, there are only a very small percentage of relationships that start in high school that actually last. Like that whole high school sweetheart fairy tale type of thing, that's not common. So let me just kind of scratch that off and just speak that that's not typically going to be what happens. However, there was this big kind of emphasis for me where I felt, how come no one likes me? How come no guys are trying to get with me? I actually recall a time in high school where I actually was in tears, okay, in the classroom, head down in tears, and what was going through my mind is that no one wants me. This kind of desire among young girls to be wanted by somebody of the opposite sex. Now, I'm gonna say and pin that on hormones, especially as young women, teenage girls, you know, the puberty and everything else. There are so many different things that are going on in our body, you know, kind of chemical changes, hormone changes, and usually during these times our emotional stability is off. You know, your mom or your dad or your parents, your grandparents, they just don't understand you. They don't know what you're talking about. They don't live your life. And the truth of the matter is that they've been 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 before. So they are smarter than you. I know it is hard to imagine, to believe, but this is the truth. So me having this kind of yearning for, you know, a relationship as I wanted or saw, it was important to me. However, I was not, you know, out there. I wasn't a huge social kind of butterfly at that time. Now, self-esteem in a sense plays a huge part, because if you're not confident within yourself and know your worth, know yourself, love yourself, you will easily fall to the traps of the world. And what I mean by that is, you know, the smooth talk of a young man, you know, a guy who looks really good, and especially an older guy. It's very important that young women especially, I mean, and I say young women, and I'm kind of going over the span of teenage to young women in their 20s, need to be aware that older men, they and I don't like to use the word prey on young women, but they do. So the attraction factor for a younger girl to be attracted to an older guy, it may seem, oh, it's hot and heavy, he's got a car, he works, he might even have his own place. But the reality is that as a young girl who has no career, who probably doesn't do any type of the domestic responsibilities that usually fall on the woman, cook, clean, nurture, care, all those things, we might try to fit those shoes, but really we're not really prepared. Okay, so it's important, especially for mothers and people that have children around you, there should not really be an emphasis placed on, yeah, when you get older you'll get married and have kids. The thing that a lot of women get tripped up on is, oh, the best thing that I ever did in life is have children. Oh, my children are my world. Okay, that's all well and good. However, as an individual, if we are satisfied with the greatest thing in life that we've done is have children, we basically perpetuate the stereotype that, you know, women just pop out kids, young girls just pop out kids, we're just baby makers. Now, if we instill in ourselves that we could be whatever it is that we want to be, I don't care if that's, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a singer, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a motivator, whatever it is that your goal is, it's important for you to have high goals for yourself. It is imperative. So with teenage mothers, young mothers, the thing that's going to really be a conflict, and I know that my thoughts are kind of over here, but I'm just follow me along here, okay? The thing is with teenage and young mothers, this is the thing that really kind of damages the family, is that not only is the father not present and is not there, and there's added stress on this mother who has to raise this child, you also have the stress and the strain of the relationship between you and your child and you and whatever support system that you have, because you're struggling against wanting to do the things that young people are supposed to do. You are a young teenager or you're a young woman at that time. This is the time where life truly should be beginning for you. But if you have the responsibility of raising a child now, there's going to be that pull. Okay, I can speak from personal experience. Hey, any of you guys watch that, what is it, VH1 MTV type of thing, Teenage Mom? I mean, it's just a perspective from, you know, a Caucasian standpoint, but for the most part, it is, for the most part, the same. There's different women there. So, anywho, let's say you're 21. Oh, you can go to the club now, but you have a child. Now, you might live at home and your parents might even say, yeah, you can go out sometimes, but are you thinking about the well-being of your child? Oh, my child is being taken care of. My child is safe. My child, you know, is going to eat, sleep, and have a place to be that's safe. However, are you putting your child first? There's that struggle. I know from personal experience, as a young person, you should be able to experience those things. And if you are one that is, you know, put your child first, there's going to be that envy that you have for people or your peers that don't have that responsibility like you. And a lot of women deal with the stress in sometimes unhealthy ways. They smoke, and you know, they smoke cigarettes, they you know, they smoke weed, they drink, they find the comfort of any type of man that'll come over and lay up with them. Okay, so all of these things have an impact on your child, no matter how young that they are and you think that they may be unaware. Okay, so self-esteem for young mothers is important, because the thing is, for me, is that I can say that I found strength from some of the negative experience that I had with her father, and there was another troublesome relationship thereafter. And the thing that I regret most is that during this time I still had a child. I still had an impressionable being here that I'm responsible for, yet my own personal personal wants for companionship in some way superseded what I should have been focused on. Now, yes, my child ate, clothed, went to school, went to private school for that matter, but there were still things that I neglected to do, and not even to point fingers and place blame, but there were things that I neglected to do because of my own selfishness. And this is the thing that I think that is very common with young mothers. You're still selfish. You still are dealing and wanting to think about self, and that is completely normal. You know, it's not, no one should sit here and say that just as soon as you pop out a kid, as soon as you go into labor and your child is in your arms, maternal instinct is supposed to kick in like that. They would be a damn lie. Okay, there's plenty of mothers who have multiple children out here who are damn near in their 30s who don't have maternal instincts. They feel like the bare minimum, clothing, food, shelter, job done. Absolutely not. So the thing is that what I want to encourage young women who are already mothers to do is to understand the importance of instilling the values, the moral compass that should be placed in this young person, and really building them up to be the individual that you see and want them to be in the future. And at the same time, you should be building yourself up. There's a thing called complacency, which is staying in the same place, not progressing, that we as a people, and I don't want this channel to be exclusive for women. I don't want it to be exclusive for African Americans. Okay, let me just put that out there, because the channel is not, because the world is a mess and it's filled with the colors of the rainbow. Okay, so it's important for us to constantly be progressing. We should be trying to better ourselves in whatever way possible. Okay, so teenage and young mothers, it is important to always keep in your mind, it's almost a mindset. Okay, and I've never been, this is the thing, is that I've found myself in a position, in a place, in a circumstance that was below me. Okay, I was never an individual who really ran with the crowd, the in crowd, and in some ways I was a good girl. I didn't, you know, I wasn't kicking it, I wasn't cutting class, I wasn't having multiple boyfriends, I wasn't sleeping around, you know what I mean? I went to school, I went to class, I got decent grades, I, you know, did my college preparatory thing. I was that person. But life can flip it around, and I could easily be sitting here hood rat up, you know what I'm saying, talking to my child like a dog because my life is miserable. But we all have the ability to turn negative circumstances and situations around if that's what we so choose and want for ourselves. And we owe that to our children. We owe to our children for them to, one, see us happy and doing the things that make us better people. I think that it would be doing your children a disservice if you always had the goal and dream of going to college and getting educated and whatever your goal is, but you put that on the back burner and use the fact that you're a mother as an excuse why you haven't done that. It trickles down. That kind of depressed kind of energy is felt by that child. So, you know, young mothers, I mean, it is so important for us to, and I say this over and over again, it's so important for us to have support and positive people in our lives. And they say that, you know, you're as good as some of your few or three closest friends. Look at where they are in life. Now, I'm blessed to say that I'm surrounded by a lot of successful intelligent, well-rounded people, and I always have managed to have those type of people in my life. So I can mix and mingle with any type of group you put me in. Okay, I come from one side of the tracks, but my choices, you know, had me mixing and mingling with you know, those on the other side of the fence, if you get what I'm saying. So the important thing is, you know, I stress on the people who already have children, but those young people who have not gone down that path, it is imperative to see beyond next week. It is imperative that you see the future as you know, kind of a priority. It's very common that with young people you kind of have this you have this feeling of being invincible. Okay, you'll live forever. You have this feeling. You need to keep in mind that once you're at the age to make some of your own decisions, you know, the reins of your parents are not quite as tight. It is still important for you to remain smart about all of your decisions. Okay, it only takes one bad decision, one bad choice to turn your life upside down. And I'd say this, you know, I am from, you know, Oakland, and it is a wonderful city, but it is a city like most. I see so many young people, you know, suffering from, you know, drug and alcohol abuse, you know, not working, kicking it, hanging around, not doing too much with their life. And I'm sure many of you guys see this, and a lot of it, you see, these are young men. These are the young men that are, hey mama, hey, let me talk to you for a minute. These are the same ones that are going after our children. These are the same ones that are getting at your daughter. These are the same ones that just got your number last week. So I mean, it's important for us to be realistic with where we are in the world. It's important for us as women to have a standard for ourselves, and it's important for young women to have a standard of excellence instilled in them early on, and the emphasis placed on relationships to be put on the back burner. That will happen. That will happen. However, the relationships that we so yearn for as young women are not the relationships that we actually see in our mind. Those ones where we say, oh, I want to be married, you know, I want to have a family. That relationship is not the relationship of the dude that, you know, stopped you when you were walking to the nail shop to go get your pedicure and got your number. That's not going to be the guy that marries you. I almost bet you. Okay, it's not. Now, I am totally rambling. I am hoping that many more of you guys can give me some more. I want to see some video responses, you guys, because it's too many mothers and women out here who call themselves mothers who are not mothering our children, and it is a breakdown of just the family dynamic as we know it. And a lot of the destruction that we see within our communities of, you know, like I said, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, all the loitering and the hanging out and things of that nature, all of these things that these young people are feeling. Because my thing is, hey, I don't know if you guys checked the channel, but I'm only 27. I'm young. Okay, I am young. So a lot of I've had close friends of mine that went from, we were hanging out, we were good, and I thought it was just all fun, to you have alcohol in your purse and you're drinking every day, then you no longer have a home, then you're dropping your kid off to the father because you can no longer take care of it. I've seen this, and a lot of it, it's not to point the finger or the blame at that one woman. However, the stress and you know, kind of chemical dependency or alcohol dependency is just kind of a result of something else. A lot of us are dealing with other issues medically that and psychologically that we have not received the help for. You know, a lot of us, especially in this day and age that we live in, are suffering from, you know, depression and anxiety and so many other things that we are not aware of, and we suppress it and we self-medicate ourselves to make us feel better, to not think about the issues that we have. And I know a lot of us watching, because I'm like, hey, I almost got 7,000 subscribers, so I know good and well that a lot of my subscriberships, hey, I know it was just about hair, but the honest to God truth is I don't sit around talking about hair in my day-to-day life. I don't. I am not my hair. That is only one aspect about me. I love natural hair, and I hope that many of my original subscribers who subscribe to me based on that fact appreciate the additional videos and content that I'm bringing to you guys, because I feel like these issues right here are far more important than what we are doing with our hair. I'm gonna be completely honest with it. I could give a damn less if I had hair that's bra strap length. And I have cousins and friends who are out there suffering and being victims to what is horribly fucking up our communities. Let's just be real. I mean, I would love to keep bringing you guys hauls and doing all that. That's fun. I'm a woman. I love doing all that. I love hair. I love makeup. I love fashion. I love beauty. However, at the end of the day, you strip all that off. You know what? I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm a minority. I'm black. So there are so many more issues and subject matters that are closer to me than hair. So hey, I'm gonna still bring the hair to you, you know, but it's more it's a closer subject matter to me to talk to our women about the things that affect us and affect our children and affect our homes and affect our mental and emotional well-being. I will definitely want to talk to you guys more. You know, this is, you know, I'm not going to beat a dead horse with the teenage mothers needing support and young mothers needing support. But the next video that I kind of want to touch on, especially kind of flowing into this, is the men that we choose to have in our lives, the men that we choose to have around our kids, the relationships that we choose to endure or stay in. It's important for our emotional and mental health to keep positivity around, and there's no sex good enough in this world. Okay, hear me. That's worth the breakdown of our soul and spirit. And a lot of women are broken. Okay, a lot of women are broken. So I want to talk about the, you know, the broken woman, the broken young woman, and talk about some of the men that we are accepting into our lives, and how it's so important for us to become happy and content and love ourselves by ourselves before we open ourselves up to relationships and men. So this video, of course, is sponsored by fashionwithfifi.com and thedevour.com. Be sure to click the link below to check out the site for more lighthearted things like fashion, you know, perfume, coupon codes and things of that nature. But I will bring more to this channel. I hope you guys enjoy the subject matter. It is definitely something that is close to me, and I really want to be able to help as many women to help us, because we need it. Okay, so until next time, you guys, keep it real, and I will bring some more to you guys, and I hope I hope that I can reach and touch as many people as possible. So love you guys. Bye.